Mickey, and I'm today again on the rooftop in Barcelona. And we have our title called Real People, Real Stories here in Barcelona. Today I'm with LEAH. Thank you, LEAH, for joining me today. And we want to talk about her only tattoo. So please tell the viewers who you are and...
Yeah. Well, Mickey, thank you so much for having me here today on Real People, Real Talks in Barcelona. It's a real honor. So I'm LEAH of Andy and LEAH. And as you said, this is my only tattoo. So what shall I tell you about my tattoo? What do you want to know, Mickey?
Okay, so as I did this also before in our first or second episode, I wanted to know how it came from, the idea to have a tattoo and the inspiration and maybe the story about it.
Okay. So basically the story behind my tattoo is, well, let's just start off by saying I am somebody who swore for my entire life that I would never, ever get a tattoo under any circumstances. There was literally no scenario in any possible world in which I was going to get a tattoo. So I'm sure you're thinking, well, okay, if you're so against tattoos, then what changed? Well, what changed?
Yeah, what changed?
I was doing a stop motion master's course, and actually that in itself is a whole beautiful story. But I was studying a master's course in stop frame animation here in Barcelona at a university called Poblenou, called BAU, which is like that way, if we went that way.
Okay.
And there were only 9 of us in the master's course, and while we were studying, somebody dug up on Instagram some like recent concept of people doing group tattoos that were individual frames of animation. Usually it's like old school animated films that people were doing. But we decided, no, we're going to create something of our own. And so in the end, it was only 6 of us, but each and every one of us got a single frame of a snake that when put together in an animated composition would make the motion of a snake moving.
Okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
Exactly.
So out of the 9, only 6 did it. So what the other was thinking not to do it?
Yeah, the other ones were initially in, and then at the last minute they were like, oh God, no, I'm scared of snakes. Or like, no, I can't possibly get a tattoo. Or yeah, there was one guy that said, no, I don't like snakes. I'm not going to go for that.
Interesting.
I love snakes personally. I mean, I grew up catching snakes on the mountain with my dad. So
Nice.
for me, it was quite a perfect thing. But yeah.
So that brings me also, you mentioned your dad. So what was your parents about thinking about this?
Ooh.
Exactly.
My mum quite literally, I guess that's also why I never wanted a tattoo. My mum literally used to phone me up like 7 o'clock in the morning in a state of panic, like, oh my God, LEAH, I had a nightmare last night that you got a tattoo. Please, God, tell me that you did not get a tattoo. And so
Really?
I started thinking like, okay, now I'm thinking about getting this tattoo, but shit, what are my parents gonna say? And when they came to visit me to see me off for my master's graduation and do all of that kind of stuff, well, I said to them, Sora, you know, like you've agreed yourself that it's super cool that I have all of these stop motion friends, and we want to commemorate this experience with the tattoo. And my parents were like, yeah, actually that sounds beautiful. I think that's
Really?
wonderful. Yeah, and I was like,
So what changed?
sorry,
I mean-
what? You're not going to talk me down from this? Like, I think I sold it really well. I told them the whole
maybe
story
you-
of like, you know, the animation and the stop motion, and they chose the snake. It wasn't even me. And Dad, I used to go snake catching with you on the mountains, and it's so beautiful and so
Beautiful.
perfect. And they
Beautiful.
really loved it. Yeah, and then they actually even helped me to choose the position, because I was like, oh God, where am I even going to put it? Maybe I'll make like just teensy little thing over here or something. And they said, no, why don't you make it big and put it here?
Okay.
And then eventually we discussed it a bit. My dad was like, no, God, no, don't put something there, because then everyone's just going to look straight at your chest when they see you. And I was like, actually, that's a fair point, but what if we put it just down here? Because then, you know, unless you're wearing a shirt that pretty much exposes your entire chest, it's not visible unless you have one like this, which was actually given to me by the girl who made my tattoo. But
So the tattoo
yeah.
artist give you also that
Yeah, she did.
clothes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was quite amazing. We went on a little adventure to a mall together, and we walked in and I saw this shirt and we looked at it and I was like, wait, hold on, that's perfect for the tattoo. And I tried it on and I was like, oh man, I don't have enough money, I'm not gonna buy it. She's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm buying that shirt for you. And so she got it for me and now I have a shirt to display my tattoo.
So what about the other 5 people? Where they put their tattoo?
So one of them has a big snake over here with a
the-
geometric pattern on it. The
Okay.
other one, I think, put it over here. And she has like blue watercolor artworks all around it.
Also colorful.
Yeah, colorful. Then the other one, I have to turn around, but she made hers here, probably
Okay.
about like this size
Okay.
with flowers and leaves all around it. Then the other girl made hers like out of she gave it a wood print and she put it here, so it's like a snake in her boot. It's very
Okay.
funny. Anyways, and the last guy still has not got his, which is why we don't have the final animation of all of them together because we're still waiting on
So
one of them.
that's still outstanding to do this animation.
Yeah, exactly. We still need to do it.
And then in your case, it's just black.
Yes,
So
I chose
you-
the most simple, sort of stylized version of it. I didn't want color. I didn't want excessive. I didn't want shading. I didn't want patterns. I didn't want any of that. This
Simple.
is quite literally just like the original outline of the frame that I was supposed to animate, and then I added the 3 dots on either side because I felt like it kind of balanced the image nicely and made it. And it reminded me of the game Snake. You know, with where you've got the dots and the snake like eats all the dots, and with every dot that it eats, it gets longer and longer, and you have to kind of keep trying to navigate your way around without biting
that
into your
game.
tail.
Okay,
That
now
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
But so then you never actually did this kind of animation that you put all the people together, right?
Oh well, we will. Hopefully by the end of this year, Einar will have had his done. And then all 6 of us will have our tattoos, and then we can put them together and have a snake.
Wow,
Yes.
that would be something.
Yeah, I'll have to try and manifest it somehow.
Okay, then thanks again, and please subscribe, comment, and like it.
Relax.